At 11, two cars up in flames on 460 in Lynchburg. How a good deed led to both cars catching on fire. Plus, a creek in Lynchburg flowing with milk. What caused this and the impact it could have on the environment?
Right now after the game, a rainy Sunday for areas around the Deep South. What that same weather maker will do for us coming up.
Then, more Virginians say that their mail is getting delayed.
They've been unwilling to really meaningfully engage around these complaints.
How our lawmakers plan on addressing these postal problems.
News coverage you can count on. This is ABC 13 News at 11.
Thanks for joining us after the game. We begin with breaking news out of Lynchburg. Everyone is safe after two cars caught on fire tonight on a major highway. Take a look. This was the scene on Route 460 East around 9 o'clock tonight. Lynchburg fire officials say a car broke down on that highway and another car tried to help jumpstart it. Well, at some point, one car caught on fire and it spread to the other car. When crews got there, everyone was safely out of those cars. Crews put the fire out in about 20 minutes and thankfully no one was hurt. 460 East is also reopened to traffic now. And now to a breaking news update. A 30-year-old is dead following a shooting in Wytheville. The Wytheville Police Department says that happened around 2:30 this morning. They responded to the 500 block of West Spiller Street for a shot-fired call. When they got there, they found a man that had been shot in the head. He was pronounced dead on scene, and they say the victim was 30-year-old Chadrick Fink of Wytheville. They found the suspect a short time later. That's on your screen, 19-year-old Cameron Kinder. Kinder is being held in the New River Valley Regional Jail without bond. Now to a milky mess in the Hill City. Crews are working to clean up a creek after a backed up drain left milk in the water. Take a look at this. This is what the creek on Hendrick Street looked like this afternoon. The Lynchburg Fire Department says they got a call this morning that the creek across from Westover Dairy looked white, as you can see in the screen. Crews say a waistline at the dairy was backed up and milk was overflowing into a storm drain and then leaking into the creek. Lynchburg Water Resources is handling the situation, saying in part, quote, "We'll be checking the creek in the coming days to see if there's any environmental impact or impacts to aquatic life." Lynchburg Fire says there is no threat to the public. An investigation is underway in Lynchburg after a car hit a wall at the Boys and Girls Club building. That happened just after 8 o'clock Friday night. Take a look. This is video ABC 13 got on the scene at the 1100 block of Madison Street. Lynchburg police say a patrol officer heard a loud bang and went to check it out. When he got there, he found a car had hit the building. Crews treated the man inside the car for injuries. Thankfully, no one else was hurt, and the Boys and Girls Club was closed at the time of that crash.
I'm Will Stafford. We have a pretty big wet weather maker out towards just to our south and towards our west, producing a lot of rain right now from Wichita all the way back into the Gulf of Mexico. Just seeing some clouds on the north side of that, and this is about as close as that system gets to us, as most of this energy is going to miss us by towards the south and towards the east. Even the clouds aren't here right now, and that is really helping us to drop in temperatures. Down to 30 right now in Lynchburg, 31 Danville, 39 in Roanoke. Martinsville already back into the 20s right now, with South Boston at roughly right around 30. I think everybody's back into the 20s first thing for tomorrow morning, rebounding to the 50s as we go through the afternoon. Pretty much a carbon copy of today coming our way for tomorrow, with maybe the only exception being a little bit more cloud cover in the afternoon. And we're talking those high level clouds, no rain making clouds. Do we have anything in the way of rain in the future? We'll let you know in just a few minutes.
Honoring those who put Pittsylvania County schools on the path forward. That's the meaning behind these plaques the school system unveiled today. ABC 13's Rachel Tillapaz shares the barriers these black students broke and how we're remembering the history they made.
It's important that they learn the history through the mouths of the people who lived it.
A mark of memory for students on the South Side. Gretna High School honored the students from the Freedom of Choice program, which allowed black students to integrate with white students in 1964.
And I stand before you today, along with some of my peers, not merely as a former student, but as a living testament or embodiment of the power of determination, perseverance.
At Tunstall High School, more than 100 students integrated. Reverend Joan Tarpley Robertson went there from 1964 to 1969. She says it was overall a positive experience.
We also encourage our community to let them know that our integration went smoothly. As far as I know, I did not face crowds of opposition.
The Freedom of Choice Committee created these plaques as a tangible record of history and honor.
Oh, it's absolutely terrific that, especially on the 60th anniversary of integration here in Pittsylvania County Schools. And these individuals aren't getting any younger, and we need to recognize them while they're still around.
They're unveiling 2 more plaques at Chatham and Dan River High Schools on February 17th. In Dry Fork, Rachel Tillebaugh, ABC 13 News.
Turning now to a scam alert, the Bedford Police Department is warning the public about a phone scam that's going around. They say scammers are once again calling people pretending to be with the department. In these cases, the number may look like it's coming from Bedford Police when it's actually not. The department wants to remind you that they will never call you and ask for money over the phone. The problems at Virginia post offices continue, and lawmakers are now getting involved. Senator Tim Kaine held a roundtable with business leaders in Richmond to discuss what he calls the unacceptable mail delivery delays and disruptions plaguing the Commonwealth and impacting thousands of Virginians. It comes after Kaine and a bipartisan group of his colleagues sent a letter pressing USPS for answers on those delays.
And when we've tried to do town hall meetings with the post office, they've said no. And we've tried to tour the distribution center, they've said no. And as of now, they've been unwilling to really meaningfully engage around these complaints.
So Kaine and other state leaders used this roundtable to apply pressure to get to the bottom of what's going on. And they say they will continue to hold these town halls until they get answers. Still ahead, the U.S. launches more strikes in the Middle East, the intended targets of the latest round of attacks. Plus, another win for Biden in the state of South Carolina, how the president is looking ahead to a possible rematch against Donald Trump.